Today, we're diving into the Ruby Ridge incident of 1992, a tragic and controversial standoff in Idaho that raised serious questions about government overreach and law enforcement tactics. This standoff between Randy Weaver, his family, and federal agents not only led to the loss of lives, but also changed the landscape of how Americans viewed the power of government agencies. Randy Weaver, a former Army engineer, moved with his wife, Vicky, and their children to an isolated area in Idaho known as Ruby Ridge. This was part of a dream he and his wife shared, believing they could live self-sufficiently, away from what they saw as a corrupted society. Their goal was to raise their family in the wilderness, following their own values. In 1989, Weaver was approached by an undercover ATF informant. Due to financial struggles, Weaver allegedly agreed to sell the informant 2 sawed-off shotguns, a transaction that would later spark his legal troubles. When Weaver refused to act as an informant for the ATF, he was charged with weapon-related offenses. He later missed his court date due to a clerical error, resulting in a warrant for his arrest. For over a year, federal agents stalked the Weaver family from a distance, collecting as much information as they could. During this time, Randy and Vicky remained in their mountain cabin with their children, refusing to leave despite pressures. Tensions came to a head in August 1992, when a group of US Marshals attempted to capture Randy near his property while wearing ghillie suits. The family dog saw them whilst hunting with Randy's son. The dog excitedly ran to the agents. They shot the dog. This caused Randy's son to retaliate at the unknown threat on their property. In the ensuing confusion, both Randy's 14-year-old son, Sammy, and Deputy Marshal William Deegan were killed. Following this tragic event, federal authorities launched a full siege of the Weaver home, despite having murdered a dog and a child. Armed with snipers and a special operations team, they surrounded the cabin, turning Ruby Ridge into a battleground. In a fateful moment, FBI sniper Lon Horiuchi fired, fatally striking Vicky Weaver as she stood in the doorway holding her infant daughter. Randy eventually surrendered. The siege lasted 11 days and drew national attention, sparking debates on the use of lethal force and government authority. The Weaver family later received a $3.1 million settlement from the government. The Ruby Ridge incident led to congressional investigations, influencing federal law enforcement protocols and intensifying concerns over government intrusion into private lives. The Ruby Ridge incident is seen by many as a cautionary tale about government overreach and the risks of escalating conflicts with private citizens. It served as a wake-up call, highlighting the need for accountability within federal agencies. It remains a stark reminder of what can happen when government power is left unchecked. Do you think $3.1 million was adequate compensation for the murder of his wife and child? Tell me what you think in the comments below.